Okay, we're now streaming live. Tasha, whenever you want to start, go ahead. Mask off.
Okay, hello? Okay, good. Hello, everybody. This is the virtual neighborhood meeting for 161 Fifth Avenue. It's file number PZ-02-22. So we'll start off with the introductions here. So good evening, everybody. My name is Tasha Adair. I'm the intermediate planner with the city of Brantford. We're here tonight because we received an application to amend the zoning bylaw for 161 Fifth Avenue. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this here is an overview of our agenda for tonight's meeting. It'll first begin with introductions, then a planning overview, a presentation by the applicant and the owner, and lastly, we'll end with the Q&A period. So here today, we have myself, the intermediate planner with the city of Brantford. We also have Sarah Haig and Darlene Lombardi from the city of Brantford planning staff. We also have Usman Khan, who is the owner, and Bob Phillips, who is the agent. This meeting tonight is being recorded and streamed on YouTube. It will be available for viewing afterwards. If you are viewing and have comments or questions that aren't brought forward, please let me know following the meeting and I can do my best to have them answered for you. The intent of these meetings is to allow members of the public, such as yourselves, virtual, to voice your opinions surrounding specific projects and to your local ward councilors as well as staff and the applicant. The applicant will take these comments into consideration, and the next meeting will be the statutory public meeting that's required by the Planning Act, presented to the Committee of the Whole. Members of the public who have the opportunity to speak for or against the proposal are able to speak at that meeting as well. So just a brief planning overview. So the subject lands are located on the south side of Fifth Avenue and are located east of Erie Avenue. The subject lands are designated residential under the City of Brantford official plan and are zoned FR1B floodplain residential type 1 under the City of Brantford zoning bylaw. The applicant is proposing to construct three-story, 6-unit townhouse dwellings, each with an internal garage and a parking space in front of the unit. To facilitate this development, the subject lands are proposed to be rezoned to FR4A exception floodplain, medium density type A exception. This will have site-specific provisions for reduced lot area, reduced lot width, and landscaped open space in the front yard. So I've included an aerial photo as well as the location map for reference, both of which are available on the easels here today in council chambers. So the official plan is a framework of goals and objectives of the city that provides land use designation and policies which will guide future development. The subject lands are currently designated residential in the official plan. Under this designation, townhouse dwellings are listed as a permitted use. The zoning bylaw puts the official plan into effect. It starts with how land may be used, where buildings and other structures can be placed, the types of buildings that are permitted, and how they may be used. It also regulates the lot sizes and dimensions, parking requirements, building heights, and setbacks from the street. To facilitate this development, the subject lands are proposed to be rezoned, as mentioned previously, to FR4A exception floodplain, medium density type A exception. This will contain site-specific provisions for the reduced lot area, reduced lot width, and reduced landscape open space in the front yard. I will now pass it over to Bob Phillips, the agent, and his team to go over their proposal.
Thank you very much. Bob Phillips from Cahoon Engineering, here about an application at 161. Thank you. There, does that work? No? Does that work? We'll try again. It's an application at 161 Fifth Avenue. As the planner kind of identified, the lands are currently zoned as R1B with the flood provision, which are typically 50-foot lots, single family in the house. The proposed zoning that's being requested is to allow street townhouses, which is an R4A. There's a couple of site-specific modifications to the zone, and I'll go through those in a second. As she mentioned, the site is located just east of Erie Ave on the south side of Fifth. Across the street, directly across the street, are some single-family homes. A little bit further down the street to the east and on the north side is the Slovak Village development. To the west of the property and to the south, directly to the south, is single-family homes. And there is a development proposal on the lands directly east, which is an R4A type of zoning, all in the floodplain. Oh, I think I got this. Here's just a general map of sort of the area in the city. And an aerial, which I kind of just described the land uses in the area. The proposal is to construct 6 3-story townhouses, like tied together on the property. As you can see, there's a site plan there. They include integral garages as well as a parking spot in front. There are some stairs that are being proposed because of the floodplain requirements. So they're a little bit elevated from the conventional design. This is just a schematic of what they can look like. These are not the final building elevations, but they're a general representation, as you can see, 3-story in height with the garages. That's the rear south side of the building where they've got access to amenity space in the backyard. The 2 end walls are pretty plain. There's a little bit of a rendering of it. And back to the site plan. So the site-specific modifications that are being sought as part of this application is that, just bear with me a second, is that the size of the lot is such that when we do sever them, because they will be severed in the future to create individual units, the lots are slightly below the minimum lot requirement by approximately 30 square meters, relatively small. The overall lot, which we are also seeking a site-specific provision, is also about 25 square meters less than what the bylaw requires for a standard R4A zone. When we do go to sever them, and we're trying to accommodate that severance, the width of the lot here is slightly below what the zoning bylaw would require. We're right around 5.5 meters where the bylaw requires 6. With this type of development, driveways in front, the landscape open space in the front yard is below the requirements of the zoning bylaw. It's about half of what is required. I think I forgot this. That's really my presentation. I'd like to thank you, and hopefully somebody will ask a question. Thanks very much.
All right, so I'd like to thank Bob for making that presentation. As mentioned previously, this meeting is recorded and will be streamed on YouTube and will be available for viewing afterwards. If you are viewing and have any comments or questions that aren't being brought forward, please let me know, and I can do my best to have them answered. I can be reached at 519-759-4150, extension 5874, or by email, which is tadair@brantford.ca. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to attend tonight, whether it be in person or virtually, and I wish you all a safe and happy evening. Thank you.